if I could just boil it down to one word, I'd say it's people. Here's what's happened. You know, when you go into a dealership and you identify things. I mean, there's some things that when you walk in after 10 minutes, right, Russell, you look around, you're like, this is seriously broken. They're not following this product. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. That is easily fixed because you can say, here's the process. This is what you should do. Here's how it works. This is what you get, right? If you follow this process. But what stops that is the people in the dealership, and they have their own mental barriers. Plus they have their own way of doing things. I have frequently said that when you go into a dealership and you see a process, or you ask people if they have a process, they all have their own process, but it's probably not the one that the dealership wants to use. True. And what happens is that when you're coaching and working with them, you have to show them that the way to success is through this, to get past this barrier that they have built up in their mind. And sometimes it's just a fear. I would say 90% of the time it's just a fear. It's a fear of the unknown, a fear of change. We all have that fear of change. I have that fear. I have to constantly fight it all the time. Right. Everybody I work with, you know, in a dealership has a fear of change. This is probably the number one reason that keeps them from being successful, right? I have a saying where I say, you know, the perceived, what you think, right, is the fear that's in your mind that's greater than the actual a challenge. The actual fear of doing something new keeps people from moving forward, and that's what happens.